close to kicking you out forever. It was.
How could you kick me out? I wasn't
It was
even
a
here.
close vote. It was a really close vote.
That's incorrect verbiage.
Which
If
was
anything, you'd be
ultimately-
barring me.
It wouldn't matter. It was ultimately left to my discretion.
Semantics.
Well, I don't know if we did it already, so I just rolled a d20. My first roll of the night is 5, so it's gonna be a good one, guys.
Root!
Gonna be a good one.
Gonna be a good one.
I always do my first roll in here.
Edits. Alright. What do you guys got for me? Talking order.
Get the garbage out of the way first.
Yeah.
Karma with the 18.
I hope that's your garbage.
Felix with the 6.
The green dice wins tonight, guys. Going green.
I don't.
Larissa. Hero with a 9, so Larissa and Orwell again.
That dice rolling away on me. Where?
I heard it clink away.
Well, shit.
Farewell.
Miro, what'd you get?
14. Actually, the one that was on the floor was a 19, but I'm not counting it.
Nope, floor rolls don't count.
Floors don't
And
count.
then
I missed out on a couple natural 20s that way. Yeah, it's your 5. Whee!
got that.
Yeah,
5.
it did.
Got 5 though. Alright, so starting off tonight, talking order. Karma and Ivan.
Yeah, the green dice are doing good. I'll take the green dice tonight.
Mr. Ivan.
He's got an 8.
Oh, did he get? Oh, fuck! I'm tired.
I hear that, brother.
I've like passed out like twice passed in the 2 days and just fallen asleep. Just taking very long naps on my days off, and I'm not happy about it.
Actually, that sounds pretty nice.
It does, but when it's your day off, I'm not normally the biggest fan
That's prime napping.
of doing that on my day off. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, I like to be productive on my days off, whether it's like real productive or like fun productive.
Yeah. Like I wanted to get
Napping can be fun productive. Sometimes
I
you need
wanted-
rest.
I wanted to do an oil change on my car, and I didn't get a chance to do that. It made me really sad. This roll. Salix. All right. Save changes. Talking order should be up on your screens as of this moment. All right.
Did you advertise yourself in Echo?
I have not.
Isn't Clarissa supposed to be ahead of me?
Larissa rolled a 9, so did Amir roll.
No.
We had 2 ties tonight.
Oh, I was looking at her 19. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that was the result.
Question the GM. That's a paddling.
Instant
That's a
death.
bold move.
Bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him.
Disadvantage all rolls.
So that entire time that we were doing Banana, I was accidentally streaming in the D&D directory rather than the Destiny
jeez.
directory.
Whoops.
Was really funny.
Whoops.
Like I was like, well, this is awkward. Okay,
Is it Iron Banner? How did I miss that?
it is Iron Banner.
I have
this
not
week.
picked up
Iron
Destiny.
Banner
All right.
Clash.
The last weekend of Fed.
So it's not really Iron Banner. It's like Iron Banner Light.
Hey, close enough for me. I may
It
throw
worked well.
Destiny in. Yeah.
Pretty fun. It was enjoyable.
Guess I know what I'll be doing tomorrow.
It was a nice change of pace compared to what I'm used to playing, which is, nothing. Okay. So, we're going to dive right into it tonight. A few things I want to get us through, and I've got some time to do it. So, welcome back. Welcome back to Country of Zebros, and where we have left off and left our party from last week. God, what did we do last week? Last week was a lot of RP and a lot of role playing. After our party had escaped the Shadowfell and had found basically a teleportation staging ground beneath the Shala Asari library. They were able to murder and debaucherize a bunch of bandits known as the Najaran Snakes, who they've been hunting for some time. They were able to eviscerate and explode the leader of the snakes, gained 2 captives in the process, and were able to pass judgment upon one of them, and the other one has had judgment passed upon him, but has been given the option of
Redemption.
that's the word. Thank you. I'm really tired. I haven't had a drink today. Probably will before we begin. So, doing that, they made their way back to the Flying Sphinx after giving the children that had been killed at the hands of the Najaran Snakes a proper funeral. They made their way back to the Flying Sphinx,
Many small bodies.
which is their boat that they are their barge ship that they have been that Lady Brea had chartered over or back down to up to Loudwater, and they are now taking the water path down to the city or to the town of Dawncall. Wow, can't talk tonight. On this path, they were able to do some chatting with the children, finding out where most of them were from, having a confrontation between a tiefling child named Ness, and our very own tiefling rogue named Karma.
Hi.
Needless to say, it was interesting and did not go as expected of anyone who was involved, apart from maybe Ness. Was very interesting. As they had learned about the children that one of them belonged and was from the Elven realm, and also a few were from Loudwater, and then one, I believe, and Ness himself was actually from up near Trim. The party has made it to Dawncall. Throughout this journey, they also were able to chat with Simon, their captive, and seemingly to convince him that he should help them in uncovering the rest of the Najaran Snakes within the city of Erros, even though he's never been there before. They did some shopping in the town of Dawncall, and were able to this is where we are beginning tonight, is finishing up their shopping, and they are beginning to make arrangements for their trip to Dawncall, or for the trip from Dawncall to Erros, and then progressing along from there.
Oh man, were we supposed to do shopping like via PM?
You were.
Oh, I missed that memo.
No.
Okay.
It's okay. We can do it later on. So, where would you guys...
So we're at the docks, right?
You are at the docks at this point in time. Captain Alvars has through some persuading, agreed to take both Claire and the other children who are in the town of Loudwater back up the river to Loudwater, although explaining to Brea in much detail that it would cost extra money. Brea said that she was fine, handed him over a sack of gold coins, and he began making preparations.
Alright, so we don't need to secure passage for anyone else.
We do need to arrange for the ones to go to Trin. That would be
okay.
Let me look at my journal.
Hello?
Hello, there you go.
Hey, so what I was saying, and you couldn't hear me, was I asked you what kind of shops we had there, and you said you'd get back to me, and then you never did.
Yeah, I had a
Oh.
similar experience.
I apologize, guys. It's been a long week. Okay, so we will do shopping.
Okay, so we have 5 that are going here to Dawn Call. Piece of cake. 3 need to go back to Loudwater. Claire needs to go back to Singorn, and we need to get Triss. No, Triss. We need to get Ness to Trin.
Looking around, looking around at the children who are around you, you notice Claire and the 3 kids or the 3 children who are needing to head back to Loudwater. You notice the 5 that once they got to Dawn Call, were able to head off on their own direction and headed back to their own homes. And as for looking around for Ness, he is nowhere to be seen at this moment in time.
Has he escaped the ship?
Y-
Can I make some sort of check for when we saw him last before we disembarked?
Yeah. That would be a
History?
history check, yeah.
Fuck. 5.
1.
Good guys. You remember seeing him on the boat. A few of you remember seeing him looking just out at the water. You remember he was with you guys when you pulled into Dawn Call. However, you do not remember. However, as everyone was sleeping and looking about, then waking up the next day, getting ready for your travels, you don't remember seeing him
Hey
after
guys,
that.
has anyone seen Ness recently?
I have not. Bria, do you know what has happened to Ness?
The last time I saw him was when we docked. Fortunately,
When we docked?
when we docked the
So
night
like
before
5
that
minutes
time.
ago?
No, like there's been like a day that's passed between
Oh,
now and
gotcha.
like where you guys are at.
Okay. Context clues.
Do you know where he might have gone?
Probably home would be my guess.
Well, we tried.
Yeah, he seemed like a capable young lad. If he ventured off on his own, he probably knows what he's doing.
Okay, so we can get if Alvar's at least taking these 3 to Loudwater, do we need to arrange something for Claire? I bet we could write a letter to Lady Moonfire and she'll help Claire get home.
Alvar's already agreed to take her as far as the Elven Realm,
Oh,
to the edge of the Elven Realm at this point.
And as of paperwork, that's already been completed.
Okay. And Emerald,
Yes.
you have do you have any sort of connection with the elves of Singorn?
Some connections. Not as much as I would like, but
We know that the elves of what is it? Lume Luma?
Lily Luma.
The entire realm of the elves is known as Leme Luma.
Lume Luma. We know that they've been looking for Shlahasari. Do you want to let them know that we found the exact location of Shlahasari, and maybe they'd be interested in those orbs that we picked up from the weird observatory thing?
As I said, everything has been taken care of.
Right then, let's go to town.
All right.
Well, Alvar, it was fun.
As you guys disembark, the boat, you see waiting for you at the bottom of the plank, and that leads onto the actual shore. You see 8 horses that are currently tethered down there. Brea walks down to them and pets them and says, "These are the horses that we will be using to take on the road to Erros. Should make our trip at least a little faster than just normally walking."
Are these our horses?
They have been paid for, and they have been arranged for us.
Oh, it's so tall.
That's okay. You'll learn quick, Clarissa.
You can always ride on the back of my horse.
I vote for that option.
Oh, okay. You can ride with me, little gnome.
Alright.
Vanguard, can you handle a horse?
Thangard looks up and, apart from getting up on top of them, should be able to.
Great.
Right, so with a little bit of help and a little bit of boosting of people up, you mount up. Thangard is able to get up on his horse. Takes a minute to get up there, but he seems to grasp the reins and seems to be being able to steer his horse well enough. You guys proceed to the edge of town and begin your trek along the way to Erros. Alright. On the way to Erros. Let's see which one happens first.
Uh-oh.
On your second day of travel, you guys are heading along the normal road, heading along the main road, and it is getting to about dusk. Brea makes the suggestion that you guys that you set up camp for the evening, and you agree with her. You take a few minutes. You take a few minutes to find a place off the beaten path, a little bit into the woods. There's a nice clearing that seems like it would work well for a camp area. You guys are able to set up camp well enough, and this is where we pick up next. There's the whole mess of you all. Go. Alright, so who is taking which shifts? How are you guys doing this? Again, all that fun.
Tyrion will take the first shift. I don't sleep as much as the rest of you
Should we
people.
just keep the same shifts we had from Shadowfell?
Sure.
Sure.
Alright. Alright. So who's first shift then?
Tyrion Karma.
Tyrion and Karma are gonna be first shift.
Alright.
Which means I'm going to be on my own for that shift. Sweet.
As you are pacing around and watching, and everyone is either dozing or sleeping or napping, nothing appears
All three
to...
stages of the same activity.
All, yeah. One of those things. Meditating, whatever. Nothing appears to catch your eyes or catch your senses as you are patrolling around and continuing on from there. Your shift comes to an end. Second shift is...
I don't know.
Yeah, you guys will have to remember.
I'm elf trancing, so...
I want to say it was.
Yeah, so I want to say it's me and Clarissa.
Yeah.
Raven and Clarissa.
Perception it up.
Alright, so Raven and Clarissa, as you are walking around, go ahead and make perception checks.
Okay.
Oh my.
Oh my.
I'm too lazy to go get my physical dice. It's like all the way.
That's a little sad.
It's so far away. I can't be bothered.
Wow.
What's your modifier?
Yeah, we'll say, what's your modifier, Clarissa?
Nothing for this.
They both roll 15.
So we'll say 15's with my modifier, so...
So as you are,
Jello.
Dude, we're about to get, like, gangbanged by invisible monsters.
Okay, I got Jello.
so as you're Jesus.
Guys.
As you guys are listening around and watching, nothing. You swear you hear a couple twigs snap. That ought not to. Seemed a little close. Wait a few minutes and you don't hear any sounds again for the remainder of your shift. You hear the rustling of leaves. You kind of shake it off, think it's just the wind that's happening and going on. Okay. Next shift, I believe,
Is myself and
a mural.
I don't think there's anybody else on this shift.
We'll say Brea stays up with you.
Okay.
Bow chicka bow wow.
There are two vanguards.
One of the Thangarts is Simon.
Oh,
Who
okay.
you guys have been trekking along.
It's an enemy! Kill it! Kill it with fire!
Okay.
Perception.
So we had pretty bad perception checks to miss the enemy right in our midst. Ah!
Ah! Who is this guy? Karma
Oh.
throws a dagger at him. Funk! Zing. Damn it, Karma. It's...
Relax, Maximum's not here anymore. We're okay.
Seriously. Alright, so,
So Meryl notices something.
Amiral, what did you roll for your perception?
17 plus 5.
22.
So as you are, Look! Tired, man. Okay. So as you are, listening about and, just watching the forest around you, you, with your, attentiveness to forest and forest-like areas, see rustling of movement around you. You hear rustling of movement around you. You also then begin you then, with your elven hearing, also begin hearing speech of some form in a tongue that you're not quite familiar with.
I go over to Bree and mention that I hear something of some voices and if we should wake the group.
Brea is about to respond before a dart or a crossbow bolt actually comes zooming out of the shadows.
You bitch. Nope. Okay, crossbow.
I shapeshift into a bear and I let out a bestial roar
All right.
to wake everybody up.
Okay. So
Fantastic.
Before that happens, it was a. Let me pull up my stuff here that I need because I'm.
How far are Amiral and Brea from, like, me meditating?
How tied up is Simon?
Because is it safe to say that I am aware that they just got crossbow bolts fired at them? Because I am aware of my surroundings, or are they that far away?
They're not that far away, but they're all within the
Fantastic!
relatively-
I'm gonna get my sword and shield out and just.
Well, they get a. The guys get a. Where is that?
Surprise round.
Yeah, they get a surprise round this time.
Come on, guys. Watching is a pretty important part of being on watch. Let's step it up next time.
All right, 21 to hit, Mural.
That hits.
All right. So let me see. That is 6 points of piercing damage as the bolt comes flying and slams directly into your upper shoulder. Unfortunately, you're able to snap the arrow off, transform into your bear, let out the bestial roar that everything that wakes everything up. 11. Yeah, that'll hit. And another bolt comes slamming into Brea and deals 3 points of damage to her. Alright. So, at this point, everyone wakes up, and looking about your surroundings, you see a horde of goblins that is
Man, it's always fucking goblins.
a horde of goblins that are hiding, that seem to be hiding behind the trees in the area, and seem to be also within close proximity. You also hear a guttural growl coming off from your right-hand side as out of the darkness steps a large, furry, larger than what you would expect wolf creature. Walks standing next to one of the goblins. All right, roll for initiative.
Yay!
Haven't done this in a few
buddy.
weeks.
Yeah, great.
All right, let's see what we got here. Larissa with her 11. Mural with an 18. Karma with a 21. Brings us to Clarissa, Salix. Oh, nope, I lied. Brings us to
Yeah,
11
you
next.
missed Tyrion.
Tyrion, what'd you get? Tyrion.
17.
Brings us to Tyrion. I am. As I said, I'm really tired today, guys. Tyrion, Riven. Followed by. Alright. Nope. And I need to roll for them. Alright. Oh, cool. Okay. Top of the round. Brea will begin. Zoom out a little bit here so get a better picture of what we're fighting.
Destroy them.
So, Brea, looking around, seeing what is happening, is going to let's see, chuck a dagger down at individual goblin right down there. So 15. All right, so that'll hit, and so points of damage. All right, so as she chucks one of her daggers out at the goblin, it goes flying end over end and ends up slamming into its shoulder. The goblin looks down at it, pulls it out, and just licks the blood off of the blade itself. Letting out a nice bestial growl at Brea.
Lovely.
Brings us over to Karma.
Okay, I'm going to run over here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hide as my cunning action.
Okay.
18 plus 6, so 24.
Yep.
All right.
I
And
believe you are successfully hidden.
yeah, probably.
You've never been more visible.
I guess I'm gonna hold my turn. I'm gonna prepare an attack. Actually.
What is the trigger going to be?
Somebody getting within dagger throwing distance. I'm gonna throw a normal dagger.
All right, so Karma's holding his turn for a few minutes here. I don't have enough room on this desk for everything I want to do. This is really depressing. Okay, that's a little better. Okay. All right, so this brings us to a mural. You're up.
Bear form,
You need-
first of
You need
all.
to be a bear.
Yes.
As bear.
She has become bear.
Where are you at? You are.
I'm right in the middle there.
I shall take you and I shall move you away.
Oh, crap.
Bear. You has giant bear standing in front of you.
I have giant bears. Okay, so that would be. I'm gonna go. Oh, geez, that is a
That's
big bear.
Big
not
bear.
You're not that big.
Um,
Hold on, I'm giving you. There you go. You has bear form.
and I'm just gonna fill this in quick. This is 3. That's 4. That is a. Save. Okay, I'm gonna turn around.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go for the guy who just bolted me and maw this guy right in front of me here.
Go for it.
14 plus strength. That would be a 16 to hit.
16 will unfortunately miss as you race up and take your paw and slash at it. The goblin is able to duck out of the way, just as your paw comes down, slamming into the ground.
I'm also going to make a bite attack against it as well.
Go for it.
That will be a 21.
21. 21 will hit. Go ahead and
1d6.
roll your damage.
That would be 6 points of piercing damage.
Sounds good. Nice. Does he have to do anything for the bite attack or no?
No, it's a multi-attack.
As your claw comes slamming down, you bring your head around, grab onto his arm. The taste of iron and blood begins to fill your mouth as you find purchase and sink your teeth into his upper shoulder. He takes his boot, shoves you off. But man, that's gonna hurt. All right. This brings us to Tyrion.
Okie dokie. No. No. Hold on.
You
What's
okay over there?
happening? Yes. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
I can.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, my whole phone screen went blank for a second. I was worried the call cut out. Alright, let me just pull up. Where did that go? Alright, I am going to move. I was on the ruler. That's the issue. Every time. Just going to move down here and ready, save my move and ready an attack for anything that gets in range. Or actually, you know what? I'm going to use dodge.
Okay, so you settle into a defensive stance, getting ready for anything
Yeah,
that
I'm
comes
going to use
in.
dodge and just chill.
That comes within range. All right. Brings us to Ryven. Actually, it's Ryven, Clarissa, and the ward. Well.
It is a ward.
So, Clarissa and Ryven, however you guys want to go about this.
I'm a little more
Ryven,
straightforward.
you go ahead and go.
All right, so Ryven's up first.
15 for, actually not even 15 feet. On this guy, 10 feet. Sword attack.
Which guy are you attacking? Oh, this guy. Okay.
20.
20 will hit.
Did my damage on that. That's not a d6. That's not a d6. Like, I have like 40 of their old.
Come on.
I have all of the d6 in the world, and I cannot pull them out of my bag.
So many d6s.
9 points of damage.
All right. As you take your sword, you slam it. You bring it down, slashing across the guy's chest, dealing some nice damage there. Nice spurt of blood just goes splattering against the ground. Reels back. You see he's not really wearing any armor, but like his muscles seem to be really tensed up. So, nice job. Anything else?
Action. Take that swing with my fist.
Okay.
Ryven, you're quiet again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I moved my mic down because I thought it was really loud. 16.
16 will miss, unfortunately. So as you finish your attack and try to slam into him with your fist, unfortunately, nothing. Unfortunately, he's able to like dodge out of the way just as your fist comes right where his face would have been. So.
And then I'm gonna move 20 feet back. Because I can.
As you begin moving back, you notice from behind the goblin that you just attacked, and out of the shadows comes another very large wolf-like creature, stalking up to where that individual was standing at as well.
Balls.
All right. This brings us to Clarissa.
Alright, so Clarissa's going to wake up, panic slightly, and shout, "A bear! Where did goblins? What? Where did Karma go? What is happening?"
That's your bonus action.
Yeah, that's fine. And then she'll just take a step towards the fire, notice this big-ass mofo back here, and cast Scorching Ray on it.
All right.
Rays into the sky.
All right, go for it.
Okay, so that's 3 attacks. Come here. And each is going to be 6.
If the music's too loud, let me know.
Oh, you know what? Sorry, I did that wrong, because these are 3 separate attacks. So let me just roll this 3 times. Alright, so 1, 2, 3.
All 3 hit.
Yay!
One was a nat 20.
Yeah.
Yep.
Double damage.
Okay, so 2d6 fire damage each. So let me do the double damage one first. Okay, so 1 does 12 damage, because that's the crit. And then plus 3, plus 5.
Plus 5. Nice.
And I hope he catches on fire.
Let me check. See if he does. Possible. Cool. Okay, so as you extend your hands and fire out the scorching ray towards him, all three just kind of out of the burning ball that is in between your hands. They go slamming into this giant creature. You see the flames begin to lick across the back of him. It doesn't look like he catches on fire, but he does have some burned marks, and
He's singed.
he is quite singed. There's a nice smell of burning air coming through your nose right now.
Delicious.
Alright, so this one is going to move over here and attack the thing that just singed him.
And this is where I die. Oh. Or not.
Oh, that's not... Oh. You're down. Oh, you're down there. You would have had to shoot...
Attack of opportunity.
No, sorry.
No.
Okay, so...
I have clear line of
No, he's a... Okay, so yeah, you would have had clear line of sight. Okay, so he's going to move down here then. Attack. There. So, Karma, this will be for your attack as well. It'll be where your attack comes into play.
Okay.
Because he's just throwing down distance.
That's a nat 20.
Oh my god.
Oh. It's just
With
a
the
normal dagger, though.
It's still with the sneak attack, though.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so
So
let's
that's
see.
double damage, or how does that work?
Sneak attack is extra d6 damage.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
so
it's
he
just
gets-
double on all of that then.
Yeah. And then he adds his
That's
modifier.
less exciting, but
And I add
still,
my
It's
modifier
still, it's still
afterwards.
ridiculous.
still exciting.
Still kind of crazy.
Fucking rogues.
7, 8. That's my normal damage, so times 2, 16, plus 2, 18.
Damn.
Still lost out to the gnome.
Boom! Dagger just comes out of nowhere, slamming into the back. And the warg lets out a very, very perturbed growl. His attack.
I'm going to take my daggers down for you.
Jesus. So he does not hit. That's fun.
I
Oh.
don't think we mind.
Oh, it's against
guys-
Brea. It's against Brea, so...
Well, I mean, she's part of the party. We don't want her to be getting, like,
Yeah, no, it's true.
poked full of
So-
holes.
As the warg turns around, comes up and tries to bite her, she notices, dodges out of the way, and as she does, she uses her hand to push off against the warg, and as she does, you see a blue crackling energy envelop her entire body as she lands off to the side, just dodging out. The blue light fades momentarily. She looks down, thoroughly confused at her hands, and then back up at the warg. Yep. All right. This brings us down to this guy's turn. He's going to move up here, so this will be your attack, Tyrion.
He's dodging.
Oh, you're dodging. Sorry, I lied.
I am dodging, yes.
That means I get disadvantage. Is that correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Yep. Which is good because the first roll is an at 20.
Ah!
Second roll is an 18 plus 5, so I'm missing.
Yeah,
it's
that'll hit.
All right, so he's that'll be 10 points of piercing damage.
Motherfucker.
Oh.
Okay.
You now need to make a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. Okay, I can do that. Alright, saving throws. 15.
15 is what you needed.
Yes.
So as the warg jumps and tries to is able to grab onto your leg, he tries to pull your leg out. You're able to manage to like stay on your feet and just stay where you're at. Otherwise, which is pretty good because you probably would have been knocked prone at that point. So, excellent job. All right, so this brings us to Salix.
Salix.
Mr. Salix.
I'm on mute. Am I asleep at this point?
Did you roll a d20? See if you heard the guttural. At this point, you probably would be waking up. You'd probably be like, "What? What's happened?"
Okay.
And you'd start realizing that, oh god, you're under attack.
Okay, so seeing all this garbage around me, the first thing I want to do is cast Bane,
Go for it.
targeting him.
What are you doing?
Casting Bane. and
Sweet.
him. So they each have to make charisma saving throws.
Awesome.
That's kind of badass.
I agree. What level are you casting it at?
First,
Cool. All right, so the charisma saving throws, I'll roll both at the same time, because I can. That's fantastic. One rolled a natural 1, and he has a -1 to his charisma.
Oh,
so if he has
God.
a 0.
Oh,
The other one rolled a 16, so 15.
that'll meet, or that's fine. He passes.
Okay, so
So 2 are affected and 1 are not.
what was your third guy?
The goblin that's within range here.
Let me roll him, because he's different. He rolled a nat 20, so.
Okay, so just the first one. I assume this
Okay.
one that you rolled
Yep.
for.
Yep.
He for 10 rounds he has to subtract a D4 from attack and saving throws.
That's awesome. I love it. Nice.
Wow.
Awesome. Cool. Okay.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to cast spiritual weapon at 2nd level
Go for it.
because that
Nice.
spell is fucking dope.
You need a mace, don't you?
Do need a mace.
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 And I want to
please.
cast it. I want to cast it here.
Where?
Here.
Okay. Bonk. Mace. All right, you now have your mace. Cool. Well, that bane will be interesting. All right.
So it gets to attack with spell attack modifier within 5 feet. That's a 17 plus. That's a 22 to hit.
Do you get the attack after you've already used your bonus action?
Yes. So you can cast spiritual weapon and attack with it in 1 bonus action.
Cool. Okay. What was the attack?
22.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Ooh. 8 plus 5, 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Damn. Wow. Okay. That hurt.
And then can I use my movement to scoot right here?
You can. Yes, you can.
Actually, I'm gonna scoot right here.
All right. Brings you into melee with him, so enjoyable. All right. All right.
Um,
Bring. Yes.
Crap. I was gonna ask a question. I'll just type it in chat when I remember what it is.
Okay. This brings us to the goblin's turn. Simon at this point is scooting as close to the fire as he can to try and, not be hit. Alright, so this brings us to the goblin's turn. It's going to attacking you. It's going to move here. This one's going to move over here.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
There. Getting the movement out of the way here. Alright. Alright, just the goblin's turn.
That dude could see where I was.
After you made your attack, he saw where the dagger came from. I rolled to double check on that one.
Okay.
He's
What is
moving
that
around.
behind me? Is that a bush or a tree or what is that?
It's a tree.
Okay.
All of these are like giant trees that are currently standing. So, okay. Alright, so this one is going to attack you, Mr. Tyrion, with... That's a 15, plus 4 is 19. So,
Okay, that will hit, but did you roll with disadvantage? Because it counts for more than one attack. It's my whole turn.
Dodges all attacks.
what did you roll? What did you do again?
Dodge.
I dodged, so you
Oh.
have to...
So, okay, so he rolled a 5 on the second one, so no.
Okay, yeah, so that doesn't hit.
The bolt just goes, boom, just right past your ear. Not even just right, it just goes sailing over your head. It's like completely nowhere to be found. Alright.
Yeah, that disadvantage imposed attack roll lasts until my next turn, when I use that as a bonus action. So,
Well, thank you for that.
Yep, well, it's the first time I've used it, so...
Alright, and...
I read up.
So, Salix, this will be a 22 and a 17 to hit.
Both meet.
Right. You take a total. You will take a total of 10 points of slashing damage as both the goblins bring sharp scimitars slashing across your armor.
Did you say sharp or shark?
Sharp.
Thank
Nope,
God,
shark
that's
damage.
a lot less scary than shark scimitars.
You're getting shark scimitars, guys.
That's some,
God.
like, endgame level shit.
Karma rolls a 20 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Thanks. My dice go. You take a total of 5 points of slashing damage as well from of slashing damage from the scimitar from behind you.
I'm gonna use my reaction to fuck him up.
Okay. Go for it.
Hellish Rebuke.
Do it.
He has to roll charisma saving, and then let's see, what is my charisma?
What's the DC on that?
It is. I get my charisma modifier, and then I get proficiency 2. So I believe it's 14. My charisma is +2. My proficiency is +2.
He rolled a 14.
So okay, so it just hits.
Yeah.
And then let's see here. Hellish Rebuke. It's second level. Does anybody have that open? Oh, probably not. I'll open it up right now. I should be more prepared. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Hellish.
You son of a bitch.
Hellish Rebuke. 2d10 fire damage.
2d10 fire damage.
Yeah.
It's at second level, so I get 3.
Yep.
Using the spell a second slot or higher, the damage increases with 1d10
Yep.
each spell slot.
Yep. So
Yep. Dropped 1. Okay, that is, let's see, 9, 13, and 16 halved, so 8.
all right. So as you as the goblin comes to slashing across you, your eyes flare up, go orange, and you just let out a there's just fire that just pretty much spreads right across the ground straight up to him. It envelops him in a column of fire. But he tries to dodge out of the way, but it still catches him, and whew, that hurt a little bit.
Does he catch on fire?
Let's check. He does not.
Damn it.
Hope so. Alright, this brings us back to the top of the round with Miss Brea. Alright, so Brea looking around, kind of confused at the moment as to what just happened, is going to attack using one of her daggers. She takes it, jams it directly into the warg, dealing. Right, a total of 6 points of piercing damage. As her hand lands against the body of the warg, you see that same blue arcane energy completely envelop her body again, as all of a sudden a large eruption erupts from her hand into the warg itself. Let's see, what is she doing? Okay. 20, please. Thank you. That will easily hit. All right. Dexterity saving throw. Does not make the dexterity saving throw, unfortunately. And this is where stuff gets crazy. 8. As the explosion from her hand basically throws both her dagger, and herself back, you see just an eruption of fire explode from her hand as the warg takes an additional 8 points of fire damage from Brea. All right. All right, cool. This brings us to Karma.
All right. Well, I will start by disengaging.
Go for it.
My bonus action.
Go for it.
Then I am going to run up. If I went here, would I get sneak attack damage on that dude by chance?
Yeah, because he's currently engaged with Brea and Thangart, who is also attacking this guy.
Okay, so I'm going to move over here. And then I'm going to attack him with Flame Tongue.
Go for it.
16 plus 5, 21.
That'll hit.
Okay. So it's this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 damage.
Nice. So as you jump your flame tongue dagger into the back of this giant bestial creature, you flick it on. The fire just erupts from the side and from the wound, automatically cauterizing the wound as it goes through. But it's definitely starting to hurt. It kind of is now trying to support itself only on 3 legs. It's as your last one just randomly slammed into, or as your last attack slammed into its leg. It's laid on, good sir.
All right, then with the rest of my movement, I'm just going to back up over here.
All right. All right, this brings us to Emerald, and Salix, to your question, I'll say sure, why not?
You're my favorite.
Emerald.
Damn. I'm gonna do my multi-attack again on the same guy.
Go for it.
Nat 20 and an 18.
Yeah, both will hit.
And that is 8 points of biting damage. And 14
Lord, sounds
points
like-
of slashing damage from the claws.
Jesus.
That sounds like my Friday night.
Oh, Jesus.
And how much was it for the claws?
8. Or no, 8 for the bite, 14. Oh, plus 2. So 16 slashing damage.
16 in total?
16 on the claws and 8 on the bite. So
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
yeah, I just mauled the shit out of them.
Yeah, you did. All right. So. Okay, so as you jump, you pretty much like end up just jumping on this goblin. It ends up slamming him into the ground. You as you do, both your claws go diving into, or like pretty much plunging into the goblin's chest. And as he does, you hear him say, as your jaw clamps down around his throat. You clamp down hard. You pull back as there's just a spurt of blood coming out from his throat. Whew!
Oh.
As he is definitely laying there nice and juicy.
Oh.
Dead. Well.
Oh my god.
The other goblin looks at you very frightened and is like, but still standing his ground. This brings us to Tyrion.
All right, well, I'm just gonna ignore that carnage and attack the guy in front of me with my longsword. So
Go for it.
24.
That'll hit.
Flanking bonus?
Flanking would just give him advantage, so I think I've done it differently in the past, but it would give him advantage on the attack rolls.
Hey, I'll try for a nat 20.
Want to go for the nat 20? Go for it.
Yeah, I rolled a nat 1, so we're gonna stick with the 19 and call it 24.
It's a good choice.
We're gonna stick with that one, and so wait, that's a D8, right? Yes, 1D8 plus 5 is gonna be 8. No, 10.
All right. As the warg slams into your shield, you push him back. You take your sword, you jam it, aiming for its throat. You don't quite find the throat. Your reach ends up going a little bit past it, into more of the side in the belly. You pull it out as the warg kind of takes a step back and whimpers at it, but it can't. It's kind of pinned in there. It can't really move at all. So.
Okay, well that's my turn then. I don't feel like dealing with opportunity attacks.
That's fair. All right, this brings us to Ryven.
I'm not muted or sleeping. I'm here. I'm awake.
How sweet would that have been if I hit the nat 20 on the advantage, though?
Been hot.
It would have been, well, it would have been the literal opposite of what happened.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that worked. 30 feet. Second swing.
Where'd you go?
Down.
Oh, you went way down. Foomp. Okay.
He's so stealth, the DM doesn't even know where he is.
That's so creepy. All right, go ahead and make your attack.
Uh, 20 again.
20 again. Yeah, that'll hit.
14 plus my 6, so. Less good. 6 damage.
6 damage? Yep. All right, so as you slash across with your... As you take your sword, you end up almost backstab it, or like taking it, flipping it around so you're holding it with the blade almost parallel with your forearm. You you slam it into his back. It lets out. The blade doesn't go all the way through, but you definitely feel it. You twist the blade. You pull it out. It's a spurt of blood. He turns around, looks at you. Following up with your second attack.
Yeah. 16.
Yep, that'll hit. Oh wait, no, 16 does not hit, unfortunately. So, as you finish slamming, you go for the sweet spot to punch and to punch him and try and stop his heart, but unfortunately, he's able to dodge out of the way as he sees the attack coming. Foomp.
50. There's 50.
All right, so this brings us to Clarissa.
All right, Clarissa's gonna run up to here abouts, and then chuck a firebolt into this thing's ass.
Like, aiming for penetration?
Well,
Yes.
that goes without saying.
Jesus. Okay.
And we get a 16, which probably not going to hit.
16 on the warg will hit.
Oh, cool. Okay, and then I think it just did a cantrip, so I think Firebolt is just 1d10. Yep. With a chance to catch on fire, so roll the damage. Yay!
All right.
And did I light his ass on fire? That was the goal.
Yeah. As you cast the spell, the fire burns all of the grass around him, and he lets out a gun and starts backpedaling, but ends up burning his paws in the process of trying to back up. The paws ignite, and he takes an additional 1d6 of fire damage.
Are you rolling that, or do you want me to roll that?
I already rolled it.
Okay, cool.
So as he backs up, he's trying to back up, but he's only got like 3 legs that he can really back up on, and it's really odd trying to watching this thing. You see blood trickling out of different wounds that's inflicted. The smell of burnt hair. It's looking really rough.
And then as a bonus action, she's going to shout to Brea and say, "Hey, the thing with the blue fire! Stop it! You shouldn't do that!"
All right, this brings us to Mr. Warg's turn. All right, so against you, Tyrion, this will be another attack. Rolls a natural 1, so Jesus.
I'm looking forward to this narration.
As it jumps forward and attempts to bite and tackle you, you bring your shield up. You hear the claws scratch again. You hear the teeth try to grab on and bite onto it. As it bites onto the shield, it's not expecting to bite into something this hard and difficult. It bites into what it thinks is wood, but as it bites, you hear this as you then see a few teeth end up just go flying off of the side. It lets go, and a little type sound takes 4 points of losing teeth damage.
Meth damage.
Teeth damage.
Takes 4 points of meth mouth.
That's fantastic. This other one is going to attack Brea. Rolls a 15, so that'll hit.
Did he subtract his D4?
Still rolls a 14, which is her AC.
Damn. Tried.
Yeah. You tried. And so it's going to... So Brea takes 10 points of piercing damage. And makes a strength saving. 12 does not make it, unfortunately. So as the warg that is looking real rough, finds its inner strength, jumps and slams into Brea and forces her to the ground. It tries to bite into her neck, but misses and bites onto the top of her shoulder. She lets out a scream, "Ah!" and just absolute agony and pain, as she is now currently on the ground, prone. All right. Brings us to Salix.
Right, so I'm going to try and parry this guy's weapon and press my mace against his chest and cast Inflict Wounds.
Okay.
20!
Heyo.
Okay.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
It's going to fuck him up. Alright, did we decide that critical spell damage, do you multiply by 2 or you just roll twice as many dice?
Multiply by 2.
Multiply by 2. So you roll your dice, you multiply that by 2, and then you
It'll be
add
faster if I
modifiers.
just do it this way. Roll. 28 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, shit.
Ouch.
Okay.
Dude, I have seen zombies on The Walking Dead that didn't have 28 points of necrotic damage. That's disgusting.
Oh man, what are you attacking with? Are you just using this as a spell?
Yeah, but I
Okay.
channel all my spells through my weapon.
Yeah.
To,
I'm trying to figure out
his chest.
So, as you take. What was
Continue. I was gonna say, that seems inefficient. You could just hit them with the mace.
It's touch.
that? So this is what's going to happen. So as you as you take your shield, you slam it into him. You basically try and send it flying. He reels back. You take your mace. You wing it around 3 times. Bring it slamming into his chest. But you pull back at the last second, and he just looks at you very confused. And you just look up, grinning at him, smiling, as all of a sudden green energy emits coming from the mace, starting from his chest, and begins to spider-like crawl up his chest, all around his body, and he just is held there momentarily, like before his entire body just turns to ash and drops to the ground.
Oh fuck! Did I just one-shot him?
I just mauled somebody to death.
Yeah, that's brutal, yo. That's brutal.
As a bonus action,
I do a victory dance.
The mace is gonna hit the warg in the butt.
Go for it.
For the butt.
What in the butt?
In the
That's
butt.
20.
Jesus. Is that a nat 20?
No, it's modified 20.
Oh, okay. Roll. Yeah, that hits. Good lord.
For 6 plus 5. 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
You've never seen a warg spanked before, but this is about as close as you get to it. You just see you just see the mace just come up and go whap, and it's just a resounding sound echoes throughout the entire clearing, and the warg just and kind of looks like something might have touched him in a way that he wasn't used to. Good.
That's why you don't fuck with the brother of the Brotherhood.
Oh my god, that was good.
A subsidiary of the Department of Redundancy Department.
Computers do love redundancy. Alright, goblins are up next. This one is going to attack you, Mural. I think they're all pretty much where they want to be. Rolls a 3, so nope.
That misses.
Yeah. So as you have finished ripping the goblin's throat out, you see the other one next to you just to come running in, and you are just like sidestep, runs right past you.
Jeez.
Ole!
Oh,
Okay.
Let's see, 5, 10, 5. That one's gonna get there. This one's gonna go 5 here. And this one's going to attack you, Mr. Salix. So 7, so 7 plus 4, I believe. Is
Not enough.
Not enough to hit you, fortunately. So that one. So as you have just basically eviscerated its compatriots there, the other goblin comes rushing by. You're able to block it with your shield, push him back, and get ready for your next attack. Tyrion, the 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22 to hit.
Yes.
All right. So you take 5 points of slashing damage.
Fuck off.
From
Shadow?
yes.
There's this dude down here. I don't know if you forgot about him or...
Extra enemies that I didn't add into the fight.
Okay.
That's good to know.
Dude,
That was
this
gonna
is
be
like, you're like
target.
the kid that asks the teacher, oh, did you forget to give us homework? Like, what the fuck is that?
Hey, I like homework, okay? Back off.
Especially when it's killing shit.
So as you
So, from the rest of the class, just
stop talking.
fuck off.
Oh, that's good. All right, and then this one's going to make an attack against Brea. Fuck. All right, and so she takes it. So as Brea is laying on the ground and the war guys standing there, a goblin comes and jams his tries to jam his sword into bypassing the ward into Brea's chest, dealing another 5 points of piercing damage to her. Whew. All right, brings us to the top of the round. Let me look and see what that does.
I like it.
Oh, jeez.
I just want to make sure I'm not fucking this up. So.
I mean, as long as you fuck it up in our favor, feel free.
Okay. Okay, cool. We're gonna do this. So, as Brea is on the ground, Warg currently on top of her.
Gross.
It's biting into her. It's biting into her upper shoulder at this point in time. You see the same blue crackling energy go completely around her. Her eyes flash open, and they are straight sapphire and are emitting a straight sapphire glint to them. Okay, we'll take that natural 20. Woo!
God.
All of a sudden, she is able to reach up and touch the warg. Where it's at? I need D12s here.
Oh. I have
Those are
two.
fun.
I was gonna say, I have two of them if you want me to roll them.
Okay, nope, it's fine. We're good. Just making sure I'm reading this correctly. And she's casting it at a 2nd level spell. Oh god.
What did it hit?
It hit the warg that's currently on top of her. So as she's laying there, she manages to bring her hand up, and a crack. You just see the warg's body begin to shine blue before all of a sudden a bolt of lightning energy emits directly out of its back, setting it a good solid like 5 feet in the air. As it just absolutely is eviscerated and burned down as well. It lands just to the side of her. She uses her movement or half her movement to stand up. Oof. This guy's dead. As it dealt 40 points of lightning damage to the warg on top of her.
Yes, sir.
She turns to the goblin who just jabbed her with a sword and says, with the same blue energy still crackling around her, "You're next." All right, this brings us to Karma.
Okay, well then, I'm going to... Well, actually, let me ask first. If I move right here, right next to my friend Amiral here...
Yeah.
Would that be sneak attack on that dude?
Yeah, I'll give it.
Okay. So I will do that. And I will attack with Flame Tongue first.
Go for it.
There you go. It's a miss.
Yep. So as you try to jab your flame tongue dagger, the goblin notices your presence just at the last second, thump, and is able to dodge out of the way.
All right, so then I'll attack with a regular dagger next.
Go for it. Nope.
Damn. All right.
As you try to take your second dagger and bring it into him, he just also now expecting the attack is able to dodge out of the way. Thump. All right. So this brings us to Mural. You're up.
I rolled two 18s. So that would be +2 is 2 unnatural 20s.
Yeah, both will hit.
That would be 4 claw damage. And 5 piercing damage from the bite. Hello?
All right. Yeah, you're still there.
Okay.
Sorry. Just got a lot of feedback real quick, and it was
Yeah,
really
Ron, you
loud.
got a lot of feedback coming back from you.
Oh, sorry. It's because I have my music's kind of loud. There we go. That should be better.
Yeah, I got 4
Okay.
points of slashing damage and 5 points of piercing damage.
So as you and they have to make a save, or else go knocked prone at all.
No,
Or not?
no.
Okay. That's just what I'm getting. Bears and wargs confused apparently this evening. So as you're able to take your claws, you end up slamming into him, slashing twice across his chest. You grab as you come down, you end up grabbing onto his leg, once again, almost chomping entirely through the leg, definitely breaking the bone. He is left standing there, barely standing on one foot. Definitely looking really hurt. Definitely looking hurt there. So, but still on it. Still working. Tyrion, run to you.
Okay. Oh, whom to attack? The warg or the goblin? Alright, well, Salix is right next to the warg, so I am going to... You know what? This goblin's pissing me off. So, I am going to attack him with my sword.
Go for it.
It's not gonna hit. How's a 7 do against his armor class?
As you take your sword, you bring it down in a very large arc. When you expect to meet the goblin's body, you find ground.
Lovely.
And the goblin is standing there, just kind of looks you directly in the eye and lets out a little kind of ruck sound, which you kind of take to be a laugh.
Okay, well, that is my turn.
All right, this brings us
Be
over
that
to...
as it may.
All right, this brings us to Mr. Riven.
My God, I'm
That hits us 18 before knocks. Seven points of damage.
Cool.
And then I take, is he dead yet or no?
Nope, he's still alive.
That is, you're not wrong. That's 17 before modifiers.
That'll hit.
It's 8 points of damage.
Nice. So as you finish jabbing him in the side with your sword, you pull the sword out. You take your hand. Instead of making a fist, you make it almost just into a straight jab down with your fingers into the soft spot and where his shoulder meets his neck. You find what you're looking for, and he just crumbles down in pain as you have struck one of the nerves that just causes immense pain throughout the entire body. It crumbles down to the ground onto both his knees, looks up at you, and just lets out a wonderful yell at you. Clarissa, to you.
Okay, so Clarissa is gonna step to like here
Okay,
and chuck a firebolt into this guy.
go for it.
By the way, I used the rest of my movement speed.
Yeah. Oh dear. Oh,
That was a D10.
oh God.
Not much better. Even with I didn't have my modifier, but it's not gonna be high enough. I assume a 13 misses.
Yeah, unfortunately. So as you chuck your firebolts, phoom, or as you chuck your fireball, and phoom, just goes flying and sailing directly over. I need you to roll 2d10.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh fuck.
Loud metal.
It goes up when you're in combat.
Alright, I can just roll a d100.
Oh no.
Where's the table? Where's the table?
Oh God. Oh God.
73. Oh, okay. Within how many feet of you? 60 feet of you. Oh god, that'll be interesting. Okay. I need a range here to see what is 60 feet from.
Oh,
It's
God.
pretty much the
It's like
whole.
It's gonna be
everything.
pretty much everybody.
It's everything. Oh god. I'm
So-
trying to see if there's.
How are
I
we
see
gonna do this? I guess just assign a number to everybody and then roll.
Yeah, it's everything. It's
Oh.
everything.
Oh,
Well,
Jesus.
it is. It does
Oh
say
God.
does say a random creature singular. So
All right, hold on one. So we'll do the. Okay, so I'm gonna roll a d4 to start. And we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's in quadrant run. 1. All right, so it's gonna be either Thangard, Simon, Brea, Goblin 1, Goblin 2, or Tyrion?
Fuck you.
It's just where the quadrant landed.
My statement stands.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
There's
6.
6.
It's going to be a D6. Goblins are going to be 1. And I'll do it this way. We do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, that works.
Here's the roll. Didn't go in the tray, so it doesn't count. Doesn't matter. It was a 5.
Fuck you.
Not my fault. Blame my dice.
No.
So how did the fireball end up flying backwards?
It's not a fireball.
It's not a fireball.
It's
Okay.
poison
Tyrion gets poisoned.
Fuck off.
for
how many
1d4
hours?
hours.
1d4 hours.
For 3 hours.
Ugh.
Fuck.
Wow.
I need to
So
check something.
on your next turn, you will take, I think it's 1d4 of poison damage, I believe.
Well, this is just going swimmingly for me this evening.
Oh man. This brings us to the remaining warg, who can't really do anything except for attack. So he's going to attack you, Mr. Tyrion.
Sure, why not?
Rolls a 5, so I'm going to take that as a no.
Yeah, that's a definite no. At least something went my way that turn.
All right, this brings us to Salix,
Alright, and I'm gonna attack the
who
warg.
is putting the smackdown on these 3 right here.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm gonna first lay into the warg with the final verdict.
Go for it.
14 plus 4, 18.
18 all hits.
Let's see, 1d6. Damn. 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. So as you take your mace and swing it down onto the warg's, you bring it in. You bring in the mace, swinging it into the warg's upper or the front right leg, trying to get it to go out from underneath it. Unfortunately, you swing through, but you manage to just take off just a nice chunk of meat across of it. So, but unfortunately, it still stands.
Okay, so Blinky's gonna hit him in the butt again.
Go for it. The hell is
Damn.
the hell?
7.
7 does not hit, unfortunately. So, whoop, just right over the warg's head. It knows it's there. It takes a able to dodge out of the way. Luckily. Right. Brings us to the goblin's turn. Goblin's going to attack you, Salix. Rolls an 8, so 9, 10, 11, 12.
Nope.
Aha! So as the scimitar comes charging toward you, you're able to dodge out of the way, just dancing slightly back. Yeah, you kind of dance almost into Tyrion for a second there, and then you meet his gaze, and you're able to push forward. So, all right. This goblin's going to attack Brea. One's going to attack you, Tyrion. One attacking Tyrion rolls a 5, so nothing. One attacking Brea, so it'll be a total of 9. One attacking Brea does hit, unfortunately, so she takes another 5 points of piercing damage. Fantastic. And this goblin up here is going to attack you, Mural. Rolls a 7. So
No.
nope. So 11, I take it, does not hit.
No.
Alright, this brings us back to the top of the round. And Brea is going, still with the blue energy crackling around her. Her eyes are no longer this sapphire, and they've returned to her normal eye color of of deep piercing green, and I'm trying to find attack that I'm doing because I don't. There you are. So as she, first let's see if it hits. Team, fantastic. That'll hit. All right, cool. Seven, 8. All right, takes. All right, so the goblin in front of her takes. So as she raises her hand up to the goblin, she points it, concentrates for a second, and fires off a green light that just goes streaking right into the goblin's chest. As it stands there for a second, you see a dull pulse of where the energy hit. Constitution saving throw. 8. So big fat nope. And is considered poisoned next.
Yeah,
Right.
join the club.
You're poisoned for 3 hours, so. All right, this brings us to Karma.
Oh, he had to go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he is. He's going to hold his initiative. Oh,
Oh, he's back.
Oh, he's back.
I'm back. All right,
Brings us to Karma.
my turn.
Yep.
Okay, so what I'd like to do is, okay, if I were to try and like shade step back around this dude to right there, like just exactly flanking him right there, would he get an attack of opportunity on me for me going back there?
You're never leaving melee with him, so unfortunately, no. For
Okay.
him. Unfortunately, no for him, but fortunately for you, yeah. No, yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Is he gonna follow my gaze all the way around, or is he gonna?
Well, you'll get the sneak attack because you're now in flanking with a mural.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just mod him again, so
Nice.
should be fine. All you hear
Okay.
is "Rrrr."
All right, so then I'm going to attack with Flame Tongue first. Let's see.
Go for it.
That'll hit.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
No. To 19.
Rolling. Let's see. 3d6 plus 2. Oh wait, and then I get a roll. I get a d4 on top of this as well.
So 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yep.
All right. As you take the dagger, you slam it into its side. Flames directly emit from it. You twist the dagger as you pull it out. The nice gout, or there would be a gout of blood. Unfortunately, you just cauterized the wound as you did it. But you feel like you singed some internal organs there.
All right, then I'll use my bonus action to attack with a regular dagger.
Go for it.
So that's a 20.
Yep, that'll hit.
And then 4 points.
All right. Nice. All right. Brings us to Mural.
I'm gonna maw the rest of his hit points away if I can.
You can always try.
My god. I rolled a 19 and a 1. So I'll take the 19 on my claws.
Okay.
And that's a 7 points of slashing damage.
All right.
And the bite just misses.
As you stand up on your hindquarters and bear down on this goblin, you basically stand there looking at him. It's just the goblin tries to turn around and run, sees that Karma's there, and before he can even move, your paws just land directly on top of his shoulders, sending him almost into the plunging his feet almost into the ground before his knees buckle, and his entire body just gets squished directly underneath you.
I'm gonna say like nice, Amiral.
There we go. Alright, this brings us to... this brings us to Tyrion.
Nice trinket. I mean, Amiral.
Over to you, Tyrion. You're ready.
Sorry, I was muted. I'm going to attack this goblin again, because I am pissed that it didn't work the first time. Yes! 23?
That will hit.
Thank God. Alright, I'm going to use Divine Smite, because I'm pissed, which is going to give me an extra 2d8.
Go for it.
So let me grab my 2d8. Alright, yeah, like you, and the yellow one.
This guy dead.
Alright, so it's 3d8 damage plus 5 is 8 plus... that could have been better. 12. 11. No. 13. Jesus. 13. 8 plus 5 is 13. Holy shit.
So 13 damage?
Damage.
Alright. So as you take your sword and you swing it through the air, the entire blade is covered in divine energy. As you bring it slashing across the goblin. The goblin brings its scimitar up to block, but the blade just phases right through it, and just goes slamming it completely across its torso. Nice spout of blood just goes flying everywhere. It reels back. It's still standing, but it's looking hurt.
Alright, that's it for me.
Alright, this brings us to Ryven and Clarissa and the final war.
Isn't this one dead? No.
Hello, what are you doing? What?
Isn't this one dead?
Oh.
Nope.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, because you said he crumpled and then I moved.
No, he crumpled to the ground. He looked up and he let out a roar, but he's not,
Oh.
like a growl, but he's not dead. He's looking really
It
close.
was a death roar.
Moving back 15 feet.
He's
I'm gonna
getting-
hit him again.
He's getting close.
24.
Yep, that'll hit.
9 points. Yep.
All right.
Damage.
Okay.
If he's not dead yet, I'm gonna hit him again then.
So as you take your blade, as he's like kneeling there, letting out a roar, you just take it, slicing directly across where you think where the neck would be. You miss the neck because he's a little shorter than you expect, and you end up just cleaving the top portion of his head off in a very straight line. Blood just begins to dribble down from where your slice was, and his body falls forward. As it does, the top half of his skull and brain and his head just off, leaving nice brain matter seeping out of his body. Now he's dead.
Alright, no.
Okay.
Take my bonus action against this guy.
All right.
Oh, that doesn't hit him, so
Doesn't hit him.
it's 19. Doesn't hit him, plus my modifiers.
Oh, you said 19?
I rolled a natural 19.
Oh yeah, you got really quiet when you were telling me the number. So I was
Oh,
like,
sorry, it's
what?
a natural
yeah,
19.
No, it hits.
It's a 26. No, 25, so.
Yeah, it hits.
Five points of damage.
All right. So not knowing the wolf's anatomy as well, you can't really puncture exactly where you think, but you do manage to slam your fist where you think a cluster of nerves would be. It deals some damage, preferably not as much as you were hoping for, but it does deal some damage.
Next level, I get to start rolling d6s for my punches.
Right. All right. The warg's going to spin around and attack you. Going to attempt to. See how that works out for hits. Probably very poor. 11 plus 5 is a 16, so no. Pressing. Okay, so as he attempts to bite you and bounce on you, you're just too fast and just just manage to duck out of the way. All right, Salix, over to you.
You skipped Clarissa.
Oh, sorry, Clarissa. I'm sorry, Clarissa. Clarissa, it all happens at the same time. Fuck off.
Wild magic.
Clarissa is going to shout, "Sorry, Tyrion," and to make up for accidentally poisoning him, cast True Strike on Tyrion, so he gets advantage on his next attack.
Sounds good. So that takes the disadvantage off and just gives him a regular attack next time. Right.
Wait, I have disadvantage?
That's what poisoning does.
Oh, well, I didn't roll with it last time. Also, how much damage did I take for that?
You didn't take any damage
Oh, okay, beautiful.
because the warg attacked Ryven.
No, I mean, I didn't take any poison damage on my...
No, you're just considered poisoned, and you would be rolling with disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
It is what I remember. You might need to
No,
look
no,
it
that
up,
sounds fine.
but
Don't look
I'll
it up.
find
Don't
it.
worry. No, stop. Disadvantage is fine.
I'm just making a quick calling, and that's all we're going with for right now.
That's fine. I'll just have to remember to roll with that next time.
Well, next time, Clarissa just casts True Strike, so it's just straight roll next time. Okay. Anything else, Clarissa?
Nope, that's it.
All right. This brings us now to Salix.
Right. I'm gonna reach over and touch Tyrion and cast protection from poison at 2nd level, which cures him of 1 poison.
Yep. Okay.
Thank you.
You're cured.
You are no longer cured, and you now have the advantage on the roll next turn.
You have all of my elvish thanks. Here is a leaf. Cherish it.
Thanks, pal. And then as a bonus action, Blinky's gonna whack the ward.
I would watch that cartoon.
Blinky and the warg.
Blinky goes warg whacking.
20.
That'll hit. It's like whack-a-mole, but it's with wargs, guys.
Isn't it Knowles supposed to be for whack-a-mole?
Possibly.
6 points of force damage.
Nice. So the
Dark side or light side?
So Blinky fully admitting the Blinky completely just whacking the mole in the back. Funk, funk, funk. Slams the warg once, twice, 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. Warg looks a little dazed for a second as he's not used to this thing just attacking him, but lets out a good old growl. Alright, this brings us to... Do we have any goblins left? We have 2 goblins left. Cool. Alright. This one, that's standing by Brea, looks down at his chest, looks up at Brea, gets ready to make his attack, and as he does, his body tenses, seizes, and collapses to the ground.
Oh.
As his entire form heaves and he retches up the contents of his entire stomach. He is currently incapacitated. His turn.
Lovely.
Wow.
Yeah, that got graphic.
Compared to a mural ripping some person's throat out.
And then completely crushing another person?
That was graphic as well, and you blew up that dude last time. You're pretty twisted there, elf sister.
And then this one's attacking you, Tyrion. It's an 11 plus 4, so no.
Incorrect. I mean, that's correct, but it won't hit.
Alright, so as the scimitar comes slashing out, you're able to catch it with your shield. You push it back, and just able to really... Finally, things in this battle are kind of looking your way up at this point.
Yeah, I'm cured. I got advantage on an attack coming up.
Right.
Everything's looking up.
Brings us over to Brea. She's going to she takes out her dagger, the very beautiful one that Tyrion you originally saw, and kneels down next to the goblin. As he looks up, she smiles. A warm-hearted smile in any other normal circumstance before the blade just protrudes right through his neck and he lets out She pulls the blade out, and blood just pools as he falls to the ground dead as well.
Damn.
Jesus, woman.
She's a badass, guys.
Yeah, bitches be crazy.
All right. That is her turn. Brings us to. She stands up, looking about, and looks down to where you, Tyrion, are at, and the goblin in your fight, and will move over. All right. This brings us to Karma.
Alrighty then. I'm going to move to, let's see, right here first, which is 30 feet. Move there.
Okay.
Then I'm going to use my cunning action to dodge. Then I'm going to go to...
What you mean dash?
Yeah, dash, sorry, yeah. Then I'm going to go right over yonder. And would that be sneak attack?
Yeah, because the works look ridiculously just flanked at that point, yeah.
All right. So, here's this. Roll a d20 plus 5. There you go.
That'll
23.
hit.
Okay, so this is with Flame Tongue. 3d6s plus 2. 19. Oh! Look at Oh.
Oh.
As you take your flame tongue dagger, the ward is so confused at what's going on. You dash right past it, slamming it into its side, pulling it out just as the flames begin to emit. Some of the flames are able to actually catch onto its fur, but it doesn't seem to catch fully. You then dart right past it and right back into your normal stance right.
Okay.
All right, this brings us to Mural.
I'm gonna move right beside Tyrion and Brea,
Okay.
and I'm gonna maw the crap out of the guy in front of me.
Do it.
You won't believe if I told you what I just rolled. A nat 1 and a nat 20.
Jesus.
I need you to start just taking pictures of these when you roll them and just being like, click here, click here.
Videos.
Yeah.
I want to see live rolls.
Need to have live streaming of the rolls.
Yeah, nat 1 and a nat 20. I shit
funny.
you not. They're sitting right beside each other.
Go ahead and make your attack against the goblin.
That'd be 6 points of slashing damage.
So 12 points.
Yep.
Jesus. All right. So as you come racing up, and come almost barreling into the goblin, you're able to bring your claws up and able to slam directly into the goblin, slashing at it as much as you can. The goblin's able to back away, but does take some damage. He's looking pretty rough right now. Tyrion, over to you.
Okay. Man, fuck this goblin. I'm just gonna try and finish him off real quick. Where did my... Oh, there it is. My dice was hiding. 23.
That's it.
And other dice... 9. 9 points of slashing.
All right, Tyrion, how would you like to do this?
Yeah!
She is the last goblin. Would you like
That
to
is
do
the
this?
last goblin. I'm gonna kick him in the kneecap so he gets down on his knees and fucking spin move around and cut his head off.
That's really cool. So, using your elven speed, you and as this is your favorite, as this is also like the woods, the place that you grew up in, you stand there for a second as the goblin rears back, getting ready to attack you. Your form just and you're completely gone, leaving just leaves where you're at. The next thing the goblin knows, he feels a sharp pain right below his kneecaps, in the back of his knees, and he just is sent straight down to the ground in the kneeling position. You spin directly in front of him. You spin directly in front of him. Your blade already down at your side, with your back just facing towards him. He looks up at you as the top portion of his body just slides off and then both parts of the body just to the ground.
Sweet. Fucking sweet.
Having basically just completely cleaved him in two. It was really kind of cool. All right, this brings us to Ryven.
Who is
Ryven.
that?
Ryven.
Garden.
Is
Here,
talking
Ryven,
on me to
Ryven,
fight.
Ryven.
Alright, so I'm standing right on this guy, so...
Yep. That'll hit.
16. Nine points of damage. Oh wait, no.
How much?
7 points of damage. Rolled a 3 plus a 4, so 7.
All right. So as you take your short sword, you bring it up, slamming directly right into the back of the ward. You pull it out. He looks like looks like he's in pain and looks like he's bleeding from many different parts and the different attacks, but he's still standing.
Take that bonus action.
Go for it.
I rolled a 16 again, so that's a high. 22.
Yep.
7 points of damage.
All right, and Mr. Ryven, how would you like to do this?
Yay!
Oh,
Root.
I'm punching him. I don't really. you do that.
That's fair. So,
I don't know the anatomy of a wolf well enough to be like.
so as you pull your sword out, you basically just end up appearing right next to him. You, in a very quick and blurring motion, just take your palm and slam it directly at where you think the base of the spine, or the base of where the warg's neck and shoulder blades were at. You slam it right there. The warg seizes for a second before crumpling down to the ground, dead, as the amount of energy and force that you placed there killed him. Root. All right. So, as it's going to be so as the fight concludes, you guys are left amidst the bodies, goblins and wargs, like the blue light from around Brea fades back into a nothingness, and you are left with nothing but the campfire illuminating space at the moment. Brea is standing there looking down at her hands and at the carnage around you guys as well.
All right. Well,
Is our prisoner still here?
Looking around, you see Simon still blindfolded, sitting with his back as close to the campfire as he can.
I pulled off like weeks ago, unless someone put it back on him.
It got put back on him. So. Guys,
Poor bastard.
you guys see him kind of just sitting there sweating and very scared by the look of it.
Someone go up to him and yell boo.
Salix will go up to him.
Felix walks up to Simon.
Yeah, you have a rapport with this guy.
I'm gonna remove the blindfold.
Okay.
Say, sorry for this disturbance, Simon. We had to take care of a little incursion into our camp tonight.
Minor inconvenience.
He looks about and says, "What I expect?" Just kind of falls silent at that point, remembering back to
the dangers of traveling the roads. And from this point forward, I don't want to put the blindfold back on him.
Okay, you leave the blindfold off.
all right. Clarissa is not going to relax from her combat stance and kind of keep a hand like extended, pointed at Brea, and say, "You, how did you do that?" What just happened? Somebody, like, disarm her or something.
Brea kind of looks up, just now noticing you, Clarissa, and just looks back down at her hands and says, I'm not sure. It was as though there was some form of energy that just needed to get out of me, and it needed to be released.
Did you hear voices? Was someone talking to you?
No, just a feeling and energy of power and of. It was as though I could feel the presence of my enemies in front of me, and I needed and knew what needed to be done.
That's my insight check to see if she's lying.
She seems to be telling the truth. She seems very shaken and rattled at the whole events that just happened. She seems a little excited at the prospect of something, but it's more of a what is this and how do I control it type emotion that she seems to be feeling at the moment.
Kind of picking up on that, Clarissa's going to say, no. I see that look on your face. We got to figure out how to get this thing out of you. It's not something you can control. It's too dangerous. Magic isn't a toy. You saw what I accidentally did to Tyrion there, and you, with the lightning, that could end very badly for people you care about or yourself. We're going to take you to see the magic tutor that Lady Moonfire recommended to me, and see if she can help you purge yourself of whatever it is you left Shadowfell with.
Make a
Would that be a deception?
Make a persuasion or an intimidation check.
All right, I'll do persuasion.
Because you're walking a real fine line right there on.
I'll do
what you're
persuasion.
saying.
I'm good at that.
Okay.
No, okay, maybe not.
No.
So, you
I
guys
don't-
still there?
I don't
Yep.
know what this is, and I don't know how to control it, but seeking out individuals who may have dealt with magic like this in the past, it sounds like a good idea. Ryven, at this point you notice, emitting from your bag, a sapphire blue light is emitting from your bag at this point.
Who's back?
Ryven.
Hello, your bag.
Hello. Hi.
Hello, Ryven.
Yes.
You notice from your bag that there is a sapphire blue light emitting from it, the same light that was emitting from Brea
Oh.
at the original or earlier. Walk over to the bag, I take it.
Yeah, we're pulling out what you think we're pulling out.
So you, as you pull out, wrapped in cloth, what you remember to be the book that that Brea originally picked up in the library. You undo the rags that you had wrapped it in, and you see as the cover completely shifts and changes from what was once a very dusty old looking book, that a dusty old tarnished book, to a very, very pristine book with gold thread thread and trim along the outside of it. It turns from a very dark black to a very, very nice leather brown color. The book actually shrinks in size. The pages seem to almost disappear, and the book shrinks to a thinner size. As you try to as you pull it out, the book begins to levitate out of your hands, and zooms over and floats directly in front of Brea at that point.
I would like
Not
to do a
this again.
detect magic with Arcana check on
Right.
that quickly, if I can.
Can I assist with that?
Yeah, so both Clarissa and Amira will go ahead and roll your Arcana checks.
13 plus 3 is 16.
18 for Clarissa.
Okay. So Clarissa, you are. I need to pull up your backstory, or else I'm going to forget how this works. Because I want to make. I want to see if this is relatively close. Sorry, while I pull up backstories that I don't have fully memorized.
That's okay. I don't apparently have it memorized because I got stuff wrong the other day.
Yeah. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Pull this up. Luckily, thank you, Internet, for actually making things quick and easy-ish. Assuming Internet works quickly. Okay, there we go. Okay, cool. So, Clarissa and Emerald, as the book floats over towards Brea, you understand. Clarissa, you remember, your mind flashes back to when your magical abilities came to fruition within you, and how you were standing. Standing within one of the observatories, and as the lightning came down and struck you, and remembering the magic energy that flowed through you, and the first time you remember how it felt as though it was a power and something that needed to be emitted and let out of your body, almost like a burning sensation. The first time, and your brain flashes back to that. Amiral, you've heard of stories of individuals and oftentimes wizards and other practitioners of magic who have gained their powers through opening of books where magic has been left there by another source, or you also have heard of other ability or other ways that the magical power that is innate within everybody has been awoken, and you get the sense that that is kind of what has happened relatively to Brea at this point.
And a quick perception check to see if I understand the language on the book by chance too.
Yeah, go for it.
I'd like to check
24.
The language on the looking at the front of the book, there is no language on it. So there is no language on it. Brea reaches up and grasps the book.
Oh.
As she does, the power, the blue arcane energy that has been swirling around the book, dissipates in almost like sparks flying away and flying up into the night as they go just into oblivion. The book seems to gain weight again, and as it is held in her hands. Opening the book, she looks down and begins flipping through it, and she looks up at you and says, "It's the spells that I use, but in written form."
You can read that?
She turns it. Apparently, I can. She seems very nervous and very flustered at this
Ray,
the whole situation that's happening right now.
we don't know much about you, but did you have any sort of magic or innate magical skills before 2 weeks ago?
None that I'm aware of.
Can I do an insight?
Yeah, go for it.
11.
What are you trying to glean?
If she's just telling the truth.
Yeah, she seems to be truthful. You, none that I'm aware of. I was taught at an early age to shield my mind from others, but never. I was able to do that, but I never had much practice or ability in being able to penetrate others' minds. So.
Penetrate.
Clarissa's gonna walk up to her and like kind of extend a hand up and say, "I think I understand what you're going through, and I know it can be scary." And just kind of stand there with her hand like held up expectantly.
Brea closes the book and puts it down at her side and crouches down to you and says, If you can offer any guidance in how to progress forward, it would be much appreciated, but I think meeting with Maya would probably be our best course of action at this point. You seem to, as you said, not always understand your powers, as I don't understand mine, apparently.
Chris is gonna kind of nod and then go to hug her and say, "It'll all be okay. I have some measure of control over my powers. I can see if what I've learned over the years can be applied to you as well. But just tell me if you start hearing voices or, yeah, because I heard lots of voices in Shadowfell and that's different."
The singer mistakes melody for
What's going on?
What is happening right now?
What?
You're a singer.
So
what,
coming from me, I hear it too.
what are these voices that you're speaking of? That's so good.
I think we all just heard the voices.
That's so creepy.
I'm a little weirded out now.
This is some next level DMing stuff right here. It's just...
Hey, I do what I can, guys.
Jesus.
God, that's good.
Oh, God.
She accepts the hug and gives you kind of a one-armed hug as she's kneeling. As you pull away, you do see some her eyes starting to tear up. The fact that there's actually somebody who's willing to help, and you can sense that she is that she's fairly scared and very nervous about these powers as her eyes begin to drift over the bodies of the warg and the goblin that are both currently lying dead and pooling at the still on the ground at this point.
Am I still in bear form, or am I in human form?
You have not said that you have transformed back, so you're still in bear form.
Okay, I'm just gonna go up to Brea and kind of like nuzzle my head against her.
She accepts the nuzzle and kind of nuzzles back and scratches you behind the ears. She stands back up and says, well, shall we get back to sleep, I guess? Or
I'd like to loot the things here.
Yep.
Yeah, agreed.
Everyone go ahead and roll an investigation check if you're willing to loot.
Yay.
Investigation?
Ugh. 5.
I believe my modifier's 4. Let me check.
Is that all of us?
Yeah, it's everybody.
Yay!
Jesus.
Natural 20.
Jeez.
All right.
Raven can't perceive shit.
Oh, it's a
So,
perception or investigation?
Investigation.
Oh, yeah, no.
Because you're actively searching. You're actually searching.
My perception's crazy high, but
Yeah.
investigation's nah.
Okay, so so as you loot around the goblins and search through their pouches, you find 3 transparent blue stones about palm size. You find 2 pale blue greenish marble sized stones that appear. The first one is a transparent blue stone. You find 3 of them, all about palm size. They're fairly rough on the edges. They don't seem to be smoothed or anything. They just seem to be kind of just like it almost as though they were pulled from the earth, but cleaned off of all the dirt and everything. You find two transparent pale blue greenish marble-sized stones. These are a little smoother. They look a little bit nicer, almost as though they've been either polished a bit or are in the process of being refined. You find one transparent watery gold stone that's about fist size. This one looks very, very, it's very smooth. This obviously a lot of work has gone into producing this this gem itself. And you find, and Clarissa, as you're searching through the goblins, you find one transparent golden marble size, about like a kind of a marble size stone, that looks absolutely just very well refined. It has been cut in several places, giving it almost a very, very pretty gem shape. It was obviously crafted to be. It was obviously crafted from an expert's hands.
Okay.
You also find one potion of greater healing and 2 potions of minor healing as well.
Oh, sweet.
I will take the potions if you guys don't mind. Like, you guys can have the gems. I would like some potions, please.
I would like some potions as well.
I would say split up the potions.
Yeah, that's fine. Clarissa would like to keep one of the minor healing potions. I did find them after all.
I can pull up the party loot.
I suggest we
like,
put the gems in the brothel bag until we can get them further appraised.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Well,
Unless
I would
anyone
like-
has any. Go ahead.
I would like to take a look at those gems. If they're of the right kind, they may have use in magical crafting.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Okay, so would that be what, Arcana, I guess?
While you're doing that, I think Ryven is the only one who has potions so far.
I believe so.
No, Tyrion has some.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've got
Tyrion has some?
Yeah, I have one
I have
minor right now.
2 minor healing potions, I think.
Okay.
And
And,
then-
Salix doesn't need any potions. He can. I got a lot of healing spells.
Okay, I got nothing for potions so far.
Clarissa, you could probably make an Arcana check to see if these stones could be used in making Arcana objects.
Okay.
Whether or not you can gain exactly what they are, that'll be dependent on the roll.
Alright, I got a 22.
So looking at the most of them, the first 5 that you found, or actually not, yeah, the first 5 that you found, they don't seem to be any stones that you would normally use. And you being from Gadget's Peak, understand a lot of stones, and you've seen different stones that look like these, but as your primary focus was in a lot of the arcane arts rather than specifically, and the more crafting of the arcane arts, the stones themselves weren't ever specifically of great interest to you. However, looking over the last 2, the transparent watery gold one and the transparent golden yellow one, the watery gold stone seems as though it could potentially, if the right craftsman was found, be placed in the pommel of a sword or within an object, and magical energy would be able to be stored within it. The golden yellow one looks as though the crafting of it itself, that is what this gem was intended to be used for, was to be placed within some form of weapon or some form of trinkets. Either it's a little too big to be a ring, but it definitely could be cut down furthermore if wanting to be, or it could be placed within different objects, and magical energy could be stored within this.
Has anyone read the Aragon books?
This one.
Yes.
Yes, that's
the stones from Beloth the Wise.
not all of them, but same relative principle that, and like even how same relative principle, magical energy could be stored within the final 2 stones.
Okay. Of course, is going to say the rest are of they don't
That
seem
makes
to have
sense.
any magic value. We can probably just those appraised and sold. But these two, the one I found and this other transparent fellow here, I think I would like to request to keep those. I can find a magical craftsman and dole them out once we can, harness what properties they have.
That'd be
That
awesome.
works for me. So which two are going in the brothel bag for later appraisal?
You have a total of 5 going in the brothel bag.
Oh,
You
five.
Have,
Oh, it's 2 she's keeping. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
there's
keep two.
There's 3 transparent blue stones
Gotcha.
about palm size, and then
Like palm of the hand?
yeah, palm of the hand size, like your palm, not
Like
Clarissa.
my palm? Yeah, I was gonna say like
like
my
not
palm or
Clarissa's.
the gnome's palm.
Yeah, not Clarissa's palm, your
Gotcha.
palm. And then you have 2 transparent blue green marble size stones. Marble size is about as big as your d20s.
Can our resident dwarf do any sort of appraisal about gems or anything?
Yeah, you can. He looks over the transparent blue stones, the ones that are about palm size, those 3, and he is able to identify those as blue quartz, and considers that they're in the neighborhood of about 10 to 15 gold each, depending on who you get to buy them. The second one, the other 2, the transparent blue, pale blue, greenish marble-sized ones, he automatically just like points out and says those are Zikron,
Okay.
and they're worth. He estimates worth about 50 to 75 gold pieces each, if sold to the person.
Well, that's okay. So we'll just put those on the brothel bag for later change into money.
Yes.
Okay. All right. What do you guys wish to do?
We gotta dole out our potions.
Yeah.
I'm on transforming if you haven't seen already.
You're gonna what now? Oh, you're on transform.
Yeah.
And then after the potions are doled out...
Wrong one.
Thank you.
Hey, does anyone need to be healed?
Yes, please.
How bad?
Bray looks
Pretty
over at you
bad
and
karma?
says, I could probably use some healing, but nothing rest won't help. Well, nothing rest won't help.
Yeah,
Just
I was
in case.
gonna say I don't.
Yeah.
I
At
don't
what
need a
point
ton,
in the
I
night
just need
did this?
enough.
This is about
About halfway through.
you're about halfway through. You have
That'll be fine if we
one more
get
watch.
if we.
So who gets what for potions, by the way?
That's what I think you guys are figuring out.
You guys can figure that out. I'll type out the health gains in the chat.
Okay.
All right. So who all wants potions?
I currently don't have any.
So is it just a Muriel and me that want potions, or does anybody else?
I think
does anybody else
Clarissa
want
as
some?
well.
Yeah, Clarissa wanted at least one of the minor healing potions.
Okay, so we got 2 minors and 1 major, correct?
One greater.
All right. So why don't Clarissa takes one of the minors, I'll take a minor, and then you take Muriel, you take one of the majors.
You sure you don't want to
Greater.
flip a coin for it?
Sure, I don't care.
I'm guessing
All
you
right,
have a
or
coin
just
at hand?
straight roll d20, see who gets it.
Yeah, I'll just roll a d20. Just take
Okay.
either 11 or up, or 10 or lower.
Or how about odds
Or
and
you could
evens?
both just do straight rolls and see who gets
Oh,
it.
there's a better idea. Let's just roll.
Yes.
Up, you win. I got a 2.
I got a 3.
Oh God.
Oh.
But did you eat or greed?
That was
Nice.
a 3.
You can take a major, then take the minor.
Okay, I'll take the greater then.
All right. So as you guys continue to finish doling out the loot and your different prizes that you have found, The remainder of the night passes by without any other complications or anything else happening.
All right. So how long was left before we?
You had one more. After that battle, you would have had one more shift that would have gone through. So it would have been you and probably Thangard.
Myself. But
Or Mural.
Yeah, I mean, how long, time-wise? How long is a watch? Like 3-4 hours?
I think they were 2. I think they were 2 hours.
Okay,
It's
2 hours.
It's an 8-hour rest.
Gotcha.
All right, fantastic. All right, as you where are we at? How are we doing time-wise? What time do people need to get out of here?
Well, our hard deadline is 1 hour from now.
Okay, so I can get through a little bit more than tonight. All right, which is good. All right. So, as you guys wake up the next morning, okay. So, as you guys wake up the next morning and you douse the fire, you break camp, you end up getting back on the horses and
For Clarissa, when we wake up in the morning, she's gonna, instead of riding with Tyrion, is gonna go up to Brea and ask if she can ride with her, so she can share what knowledge she has about how to control her magic.
Brea, it would be nice to have a traveling compatriot, and she reaches down and helps you up onto the back of her horse.
I would like to ask if I could listen in, if possible. But I want to be forthright about it. I want to ask permission first.
Okay, are you asking Brea?
Clarissa and Brea both. I'm going to say I have some interest in this. I have gained some magics as a tiefling. Maybe there's a better way to harness them. Or listening to your speech.
Well, magic is quite a powerful force. Don't see why you wouldn't be allowed to or be able to listen in and maybe gain some knowledge from what Clarissa has to say.
Clarissa just kind of shrugs and says, "Sure, but I can't promise it'll make that much sense to you. It doesn't make all that much sense to me sometimes."
Okay.
All right. So as you guys, begin your trek and begin back along the road, Clarissa sharing what information she can to both Brea and Tyrion, not Brea and Tyrion, Brea and Karma. Anything that you specifically want to add in there?
The most important part is directed at Brea, saying that, like, at least for Clarissa, her powers tend to go out of control when she gets, like, extremely emotional and in stressful situations. So she tries to, like, keep a handle on it by being cheerful all the time and trying to stay, like, super positive.
Okay. And Karma, you pick up and hear that as well, and Brea seems to ask questions about how do you know when the powers should be released, or how do you hold back it if it's not something? What do you channel your energy through? A bunch of just very simplified questions that someone who's really never had any experience with magic up until now would normally ask. Just what are the properties of it? How did you train? What different things on it? She asking. You give her a little bit of your backstory. About 3 more days pass in this fashion as Clarissa and Brea continue to chat about the intricacies of magic. Emerald, you are able to kind of chat with her about how to open her mind, or actually, Clarissa, you're able to add to this conversation as well, and you guys, all 3 of you, end up having a conversation about opening your mind to the beings around you and sensing the life force of those creatures and energies around you, and Brea ends up kind of riding for a time with her eyes closed, trying to let down her mental barriers as both of you try to as she tries to feel your presence within that very starry and very beautiful universe of just individuals and individual life forces that are peppered throughout. All right. Okay, so of course,
Salix would like to talk to Simon.
okay.
So we're approaching Erros by this point, Simon.
I'd like to be near this if possible.
Okay.
I'm just gonna ask Salix if I can accompany him.
You've, I know you said you don't know where, and you've never been to Erros before, and you don't know where the snakes may be, but you know how they work. You know how they're structured and how they operate. So your knowledge will still be very helpful to us. Do you think that you are fully committed to this course of action, Simon?
Well, the snakes normally work out of abandoned areas or places that that are very out of the way, that no one's going to normally come and look. I don't know where in Erros they would be, because obviously the city is quite large, and if the tales of this place are true, there's not a ton of abandoned buildings or abandoned places in this city, but I'm sure there's some place that you'd be able to hide, or be able to hide a bunch of children, or maybe not, or that you'd be able to not, they'd be able to go undetected. It would make sense, but we'll have to see once we get there, I guess.
Have you decided, are you going to fully commit to trying to bring these children home? This is what you must do if you choose the path of redemption.
Let's roll and see what he says, because I have no idea. Okay, interesting. These children were taken away from their home and their families, like I was, and they may not have found what I found when I joined this. When I was brought to the snakes originally, they may have not have found a family there, but they deserve to be at least with their parents and their siblings. So I will do what I can.
I knew you'd make the right choice, Simon. I'm going to trust you now. If you do anything to betray that trust, you know what has to happen. Do you understand?
He gives a nod.
I'm going to remove his manacles and let his limbs be free.
Okay, as you do, he has he been? Did you guys decide, or Salix, did you decide to give him his own horse, or are you? Because you had an extra one since Clarissa wasn't riding.
Yeah, let's just say that he was on the horse and it was tied to the back of mine.
Okay, you give him the reins, and he continues to fall in pace with you, and does not seem as though he's wanting to go much farther than about 5 or 10 feet in front or behind you. He seems to always want to be relatively near you.
Okay.
Yourself. So, all right. As we continue, all right. So we did 2 days on the first one. This will be the course. So you're on day 4, right? On day 6 of your travel, Ryven, who has been riding up closer towards the very front of the pact. As you woke up on this morning, you noticed that the forest and this path that you've been riding through had a very, very thick fog to it. At this point, not as thick as the marshes were, definitely thick. So you guys had had Ryven take his horse and be relatively the scout, kind of a little farther up in front.
Is this kind of a marshy area?
It's not a marshy area. You're in a forest. It's a very, very just nice forest. I just have the marshy areas where I'm not showing you. It's just on the thing. We're just kind of talking right now.
Okay.
So as you are, like, there's a very distinct path. That, like, this is the road that obviously leads from Dawn Call to Erros. Like, it's one of the, like, it's a main road. But
Have we passed the river yet, or the lake?
let's see.
Well, you might want to pull up the latest one.
Yeah, I was going to find it first. Resources. Alright, so here if I can. Alright, so
Hold on, my computer's being funky. Keep doing what you're doing. I gotta restart.
okay, so you'd be relatively about halfway passing the lake at this point, yeah.
Okay.
So that, which would make sense on why there was a fog coming into this area. Ryven, who was scouting ahead, the rest of the party suddenly comes up to him, and he's just standing his horse. He's just sitting atop of his horse, looking ahead down the road about 30 or 40 feet as you guys approach. Ryven, as you were approaching, you saw, or as you were scouting ahead, you noticed that there's a large shadow coming up from the ground, and about 10 yards in front of you, you see what appears to be some form of cart that is toppled over on its side at this point. You stop as the rest of the party catches up to you. What do you guys do?
Is the shadow like coming from above us, or like
The shadow just appears to be sitting directly in the middle of the road. Does not appear to be moving. It's a relatively large shadow. That's all you can make out.
Can I see if it's like an unnatural shadow, or if something's casting a shadow from above?
It doesn't look like it's a natural. It does not look like it's a natural shadow. It doesn't look like it's moving. It just appears to be some form of form in the mist. Within the mist. You can't really tell. Like, you can tell that there's something there, but you can't quite make out what it is. It doesn't look like it's moving. It doesn't appear to be any natural phenomenon that you know of.
Okay. Yeah, what I'm trying to get at is like, are we about to have a dragon drop down on us or something? Like,
So it's
something above us.
So it's fog.
Yeah, you're in like a thicker fog at this point.
We can't really see around the cart.
I mean, there's a cart like that seems to be thrown off to the side. It's toppled off to the side, or to the right side or the left side of the road. But the shadow in front is sitting directly in the middle of the road at this point.
Okay. So
you hear coming from a little directly in front of you the caw of a raven, and you hear what sounds to almost be the flapping of wings.
Could I do a nature check?
Yeah, what are you trying to gain from it?
Try to figure out if I would know what this creature would possibly be, being attuned to the wild.
You can try.
Holy shit. That is a 19.
The wings sound like ravens. They sound like birds of some form. taking a moment to listen a little bit more, you hear what sounds to be almost the sound of pecking and of almost as flesh is being what sounds like flesh being torn from the body. Having grown up in Leme Luma, you are familiar with dead animals and the corpses being left there, and then and how scavenging creatures would eat and help the decomposition process along.
Clarissa, is there anything you can do to push this fog away?
Fire?
Preferably without poisoning me.
There's definitely something in that tree. It's eating whatever dead carcass is up there, by the way, guys. Just so you know.
Should I set it on fire? Setting it on fire is probably a good idea, right?
Well, I don't think
we
you
should
want
set
to
it on
burn
fire.
the whole forest to the ground.
I would prefer you not to.
Just
Why
a
don't
little-
we?
Just a
Why
little.
don't we try and sneak around it, guys, instead of fighting it?
This guy.
But fire.
Amiral,
I'm not
don't you have a
so big
spell
on the
that?
fire.
Amiral, don't you have a spell that can help us hide?
Yeah, I do.
But we're
I cast Path Without a Trace.
We'll have to like top off our horses and lead them.
I can make a silent, and I believe the silent spell follows us, but we can't talk.
Are you casting silence?
Well, I have the ability to, but I don't
Well,
know.
I could relay messages between us with message. You would just have to. You'd just have to signal me. I message you. You tell me what you want to say to whoever else, and then I message them. And this sounds really annoying. We should not do it.
Also, I'm going to throw this out there. I mean, if we can see it, I bet you it can see us.
Yeah, I'm just
We're
not
exactly.
I'm not,
We're on half a horses in the middle of this.
You hear as the caw of a raven. That's my best caw of a raven.
that was good.
I tried. Emits from the fog directly in front of you, almost perched atop of whatever this thing
I'm going stealth.
Yeah, me too.
You
at
guys.
this point.
Going stealth.
Okay.
But we're on.
All right, that's it. I'm chucking a fireball out.
21.
At it.
Let's check a fireball out. Stealth on a horse.
Yeah, can you
Plus
stealth on
10.
horse?
So as you can, but
So 31.
okay. So all right. So Riven and Karma take their horses and they both kind of lead off into a flanking position around, advancing a little bit forward. As they do, Clarissa takes a red arcane energy. Clarissa, make an attack roll
Ooh,
Like a
okay.
God.
with disadvantage in the fog because you can't see exactly where this thing is. You can see a general outline, but make it with a disadvantage.
I'm gonna twist fate to make it a straight roll.
Okay, cool. Go for it.
Yay!
What'd you roll?
23.
All right. So
Fuck.
as you take the arcane energy and you chuck it at the red arcane energy, you see a bead of light go through the mist. It slams into something, and there is a dull thump as the sound of crackling fire begins. There is a sudden sound of a multitude of flapping wings as 30, as from what you can tell, 30 or 40 shapes, smaller dark shapes lift off of this mound, basically, into the sky, and begin flying away. You hear the caws of ravens screeching and getting farther and farther away.
Ah, well, see, look, nothing horrible happened.
The rest, are you guys proceeding? What are you guys doing?
I'm staying stealth and away from the
I'm
group.
staying stealth as well, and I'm gonna
Hey.
take a path
So
through the
this is
forest to get
gonna-
over there.
Dismount.
Something you want to climb the tree and see what that thing was that I just hurled a fireball at?
Ryven and Karma and I guess Mural, since you're following as well. As you three round and kind of get a little bit closer to the thing, you see the firebolt streak past and see as a multitude of ravens fly up. You look at where the firebolts hit, and to your horror, you see a mound about
Oh god.
10 to 12 feet tall of dead bodies that are currently stacked in a mound around a central pole that is sticking up about an additional like 2 feet above where the last body is at the top. Perched atop of the pole, you see a single dark raven, still sitting there, seemingly oblivious and just kind of cocking its head and looking around. The bodies appear to be that of looking at the pile of bodies. You can see some are wearing just normal garments. What looks like villager garments, villager robes. You see men. You see some women. You see, to your horror, some children still.
They're all impaled on this pole.
No, they're not impaled. They are like stacked around. The
Okay, okay, Vlad.
Oh
calm down.
god.
They are all
All right,
stacked around the
Dracula.
pole. You see some there's a hint of as some sunlight is able to come through the fog. You see some shining reflection as the sunlight hits what
here.
appears to be some armor. And you notice that there is about, from what you can tell, 5 to 10 soldiers who are also within this pile as well.
My goodness.
Okay. Anything living that isn't a raven?
Apart from the raven sitting atop, you're still back at the with the rest of them, I take it.
Oh, that's right. Ignore my question.
So
Or
Karma,
telepathically hear my question. And
Karma,
look.
Ryven, and Mural, as you guys look at this, you feel as though you're going to be slightly sick at this, and the Raven caws again.
I'm gonna back away. I'm
Oh,
going
is it
into
safe
the-
to come up there?
I'm gonna go back to where the group is and say, "There's a pile of bodies over there."
I'm gonna.
Red being a pile of bodies.
A pile?
A pile.
Like 2?
Not one, not two, many.
I'm going to find
this
a.
happen?
I'm going to find a flanking position and just get in cover and stay there and wait.
This
Not
close
saying
to
a
the
word.
capital?
All right, you are currently in flanking position. You feel as though you're about as stealth as you can be.
And I'm gonna go.
You notice, Karma, as you're in the as you're hiding, the raven's eyes and head kind of turn and cock in many different direction. As you move into where you think you are, the raven's head snaps to where you're at, and you're sure that it can't see you, but its eyes seem to almost pierce directly into you. It holds your position for a moment before cocking its head back away, looking about the area again.
I would say pretty much scour what you can, if you want to scour, or we just proceed regardless.
Hang on.
Yeah.
There's
Check
something.
to see what killed them.
Is the rest of the party walking up, I take it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit towards the back side, still being within the radius for pass without a trace, but gonna stay back a bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up and investigate.
Okay, so
So
for those
two.
All right, so for Salix and Tyrion, who are walking up, Brea also walks up with you as well, looking down at the down at the bodies, and seems visibly disturbed at the sight before her. Um, it's very. Go ahead and make your investigation checks, guys.
Okie dokie.
I take it I don't, because I'm hiding and
Yeah, you're hiding.
17.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Investigation.
20.
Yeah, 17. Stop it, computer.
All right,
Ooh,
so,
Riven.
I rolled a 2. And I get a +1.
are you still hiding, Riven, or are you up with them?
I flanked around with everybody else, and then I kind of moved up to
Okay.
the pile
Okay.
because I'm on a horse. I
Uh,
feel like it's stupid to flank on a horse.
all right, that's fair. So, looking at the bodies, it is for Riven. It's very hard to tell kind of what has happened here. However, Salix and what'd you get, Tyrion?
I thought he said 18.
Okay.
17. Sorry.
Okay, so Salix and Tyrion, as you guys look over the bodies, you can see that there is. You can see that there is there is the occasional piercing wound of what appears to be some form of blade that pierced through many of them. Sure. You also see a few bodies that appear to have no damage on them at all, but it's very, very difficult to say. Some appear to be just stunned and still staring directly at whatever attacker there was. Another few appear to be scorched beyond belief and beyond recognition.
Oh, okay, so
When
I
you
share
say
with the
stunned,
group.
you mean they have like a look of shock on their face? Like
There's a
they're
look of
dead,
shock on
right?
There's
Okay.
a look. Yeah, there's a look of shock on their
Just
face.
making
and
sure.
that
Some
is
of
what
these
they.
look like they've been killed by mundane weapons, but I can't see any other wounds on some of the others. Can I tell what level of decomposition they're at, or how long they've been dead?
Looking over that, they look like beyond with the ravens pecking at their bodies and at them. They appear to probably have been dead for maybe 2 or 3 days, from what you can tell.
Okay, and then can I wave over at Karma and Emerald to, hey, go check the cart.
Sure, we'll do that.
I'm staying where I am, watching for enemies.
I'll go and do that.
So, Muriel, as you look over the cart, it appears to be picked clean, apart from food that might have been apart from some food that is splattered against the ground. But apart from that, there's nothing there.
What the hell? Overwhelmed 5 to 10 soldiers.
There's something odd about that raven. Clarisa's gonna use message to try to like send a message to the raven that's still there, like send a message to its mind, and just say, "Hello?" Question mark.
I could save you the issue and just speak with the animals, you know.
Do that.
As Clarissa, as you try to send the message. The raven opens its mouth, and all of you hear, not as a sound in your voice, but as a voice emits from the raven. Ah, little gnome, why are you so far away from home?
Whoa.
What the fuck?
I didn't know birds could rhyme.
Salix is immediately going to draw a verdict.
Rhyme time. It all depends on where you can find.
Orange, purple.
The
A
raven,
dragon eats you.
the raven lets out a slight chortle.
Nurple.
Little adventurers, you know not what waits for you.
Waits for us where?
The farther you go, the lighter the hue. If you only knew. Demons plot and plan down below, while younglings sleep in their beds. Little do the younglings know they may already be dead. Parents flit and flutter about, while snakes slither through the grass. Little do the younglings shout, or they too may pass. Bilran knows, Bilran sees, but what good is he to me? Two sets of glowing eyes emerge from the deep. Heroes' thoughts and dreams go by as they are put to sleep. Brothers fight brothers in a battle to the death, while brothers fight sisters, each struggling for a breath. All throughout this entire exchange, the raven's head is continuing to cock and change and move towards each of your faces, and it even flips over to where Karma is sitting for a moment, and then returns back to the rest of the party. Search, search you do for a lady of night. Looking forward she is to ending your fight. Laughter comes from the dragon's throat, while the dragon's spawn utter not a note. Darkness has began to corrupt this land, while the queen lies buried in the sand. Now, adventurers, the Raven Queen has seen your face. Let us hear what you wish to know in this place. One question, the first question we hear, if it is within range of our sight and our ear. At that point, the raven falls quiet and seems to look expectantly at you.
Who's going to ask the question, and what are we going to
It's
ask?
looking at Clarissa.
Yeah.
And if everyone has a... Well, that's metagame. Shut up.
Throughout this entire like monologue, the raven's head was flitting back and forth between all of you. Like it started at Clarissa, it moved around to Tyrion, to Salix, to every single one of you, even over to you and Muriel as well, and then it even had cocked over to Karma. So it's been like kind of searching, like looking back at you, and is now currently looking at the whole party as a general, except for Karma, who's just off to the side.
So I guess... Okay, Salix is going to take the initiative and speak.
Oh, yeah.
Salix was just listening to this, so he's going to get it right, so pardon me if Juxor gets it wrong. Who is the Raven Queen in the sand?
That's your question? Clarissa shouts in outrage.
As soon as you say that, the raven once again lets out just kind of a little chortle and just utters one word, and it's almost too quiet for you to hear, and the word is just simply God. At which point the wings of the raven both flare out. Its head, it goes into a weird, odd little bow, and with a giant flaps away.
And before it does that, I'm going to cast Thorn Whip on the little fucker.
Oh boy.
Go for it.
That's a... Holy shit, that's a 22 to hit.
So we now know what the name of the character that Shadow's playing. The Raven Queen.
All right, go ahead and make your attack, or roll your attack, or roll the actual damage.
Oh, jeez, I haven't used this in forever. Excuse me.
Thorn. ST. Thorn. Thorn Whip. That's at first level, so it's 1d6.
Go for it.
And that's a 1.
So as the raven is beginning to flap away, you reach down and a vine of thorns erupts from the ground. You grasp it in hand. You pull it straight up. It ends up like just pulling straight out of the ground as the raven is beginning to fly away. It comes out. It strikes the raven, but as it does, the raven is able to just barely dodge out of the way as the thorn whip just barely strikes the wing. It flies, but it's looking a little bit labored. It continues to rise and fly off into the distance.
Fuck. Well, that wasn't disconcerting.
And that should have grabbed him, too. Damn it.
Thorsten's gonna round on Salix and go, "You could have asked it where the Lady of Shadows was, or where the missing children was, or where Lady Moonyface's kid was."
We can find all those things out on our own, Clarissa. That's not going to be hard to find once we get to Erros.
You say
Clearly
that
there are stronger powers at work here. Things that we don't yet understand.
Oh, you religious folks are all the same. It always has to be some part of some greater purpose and blah, blah, blah. I'm so important, I serve a god. Ugh! She just kind of throws her hands up in the air and pouts and looks away from you.
Now, Clarissa.
At which point, Freya takes a moment, opens up her spellbook, and looks through something, and walks up to the bodies, finds an individual who is wearing just very cloth and regular clothing, and she kneels down, places her hand against it, and mutters under her breath a few words of from Tyrion. What you can hear is a prayer to Bahamut, to bless these souls and to take them into his grace. And her hand ignites, or her hand begins to glow a deep red color as she casts burning hands on the clothes, and the cloth begins to slowly burn away, slowly catch fire and burn as the entire pyre begins to catch flame and burn. Soon before you have a large crackling fire before you. The smell of burning flesh is relevant, and once again you see what appears to be lights coming from each of the bodies as they go up with the fire, as those lights each go up with the fire into the sky and are whisked away into oblivion.
Salix is going to mutter the Helm Journey Prayer.
All right, and you do. Rhea walks back to her horse. She has a very, very stern look on her face, and she seems now more determined than anything to make it to Erros and continue along this quest.
Can't say I disagree.
Karma's going to have come out by this point.
Okay.
Once the danger's gone.
Okay. Anything you want to say or do as you guys are still in this area?
Well, there's nothing in the cart, so...
I'm going to say my own prayer to myself.
Go for it. All right. As you guys mount up, and as your party continues along, you continue for the rest of the day, for the remainder of the day. 2 days later, both pass without incident. It's almost a somber journey as you all go on discussing about what has happened, what the possible meanings of what the Raven said. Trying to remember specifically what the Raven said, and then also Also, just the fact that an attack like this, could, as Salix said, happen so close to the capital city. As you crest on the 10th and final day, as you crest Brea, you see Brea break off, and Clarissa, you're still on the back of her horse, and you and her break off from the rest of the group as she kicks her horse into a full-blown gallop. It's a nice sunny day. It's there's some white clouds in the sky. Fairly nice, very nice day. She kicks her horse into a gallop as she forces her horse to ride up the hill and up to the top of it, where she reins it in right at the top of the hill, and sprawled out before you, you are now looking down upon the city of Erros, and a wall rises up from the landscape. You see smoke billowing out of chimneys. You can see a large white tower deep within the city. You also see five or six large standing almost spires that are coming up from another portion of the city. You can looking down onto it, you see large flags and banners hanging off the sides of the walls, each emblazoned with a very beautiful red flame, or golden flame across a red backdrop. And she looks down onto it and says, "Erros, it's good to be home. Welcome, everyone, to Erros,
Yay!
Okay.
to the Dragon City."
Dragon City. Oh, I don't
Dragon
like the sound of
City
that.
is what she says, and that is where we will leave it for this evening.
Sweet.
Okay, got to Erros, had a fairly disturbing encounter. More
a
death
raven.
and carnage.
You said a big
Hi.
like, spire.
Welcome to my brain.
I
Hey, I'm
completely
all about it. This
mauled.
shit's getting dark.
I can't believe Salix wasted our one question.
What would you have said, Cliff?
I could have been really mean and taken taken what a mural said, because a mural technically asked 2 questions beforehand. And I could have been really mean and took it that way. I didn't.
Well, he took
Obviously.
the initiative and asked the question.
It was good.
So
No, it was good.
I don't think
Clarissa,
that was
what
a
would you have
waste.
said? Well, what would you have asked?
What is the exact location of the Lady of Shadows?
The Raven could have just laughed at us and flew off.
They would have said, somewhere in this plane. See ya!
Exact location. It would have been lying, and then it would have burst into flames for lying.
Everyone who watched on Twitch tonight, thank you for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, come check us out. We do this every Tuesday evening, 8 o'clock Eastern, here on Twitch. We just have fun. We roll some dice. We explore the crazy, weird adventures that my brain comes up with. And I look forward to next week, where our party finally delves into the city of Erros and is able to begin searching and continuing their search for these children, and possibly finding out a little bit more about the city and getting to interact with it. So that is where we'll be going to next week. Thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. See you around.
So for our